Well, howdy once again. Kathy Drew, Interactive Entertainment owner and creative director. Welcome to the continuing series of Blazing the West. Today's story is about another one of those incredible women that left a trail. This time in the state of South Dakota mostly, but although she was in Cheyenne, and some say she made it out to California, Miss Kitty Leroy. What's that? You haven't heard of her? Ha! Let her tell her story. The Queen of the Hoofers, Miss Kitty Leroy.
I'm Kitty Leroy, and this is my story. I was born in Michigan in 1850. By the time I was 10, I was jig dancing, and by the age of 14, I was dancing in saloons and dance halls. I would also enjoy trick shooting and playing with knives, a skill set that I learned at an early age but never really did anything with, until I started working in saloons and dance halls. Hanging out in saloons subjected me to other things than dancing, like playing poker and men. Now, honestly, the rumors are not true that I married 27 times. I married for the first time when I was 15. Met him in the saloon, and he taught me how to sharpshoot. I used him to practice my favorite sharpshooting skill, shooting apples off his head. Someone referred to me as William Tell, and after hearing more, I decided Mr. Tell was my hero. When I got better at trick shooting, I decided I was restless and wanted to take my show on the road. So I headed to Dallas, Texas, and left what's-his-name behind. By the time I was 20, I was one of the most popular performers in Dallas. I took a serious interest in gambling, and enjoyed being known as a pistol-packing faro dealer through Texas. I loved to dress down as a man or fancy like a gypsy dancer. My second marriage took place in Texas, and then we headed for greener pastures in California. And the possibility of my reputation for dancing, trick shooting, and gambling made my name out there for myself. I couldn't stand to stay with the same guy and didn't believe in divorce, so we just parted ways. My third marriage, though, was quite a funny story. His name honestly escapes me, but I knew his reputation for being a gunslinger, a fast gunslinger. I challenged him to a gunfight, but he tried to tell me he couldn't shoot a woman. So I put my boy clothes on and faced off with him. I felt bad for plugging him, so after I shot him and he lay dying, I called the preacher and we were married. He died a few days later, leaving me with $150 out of his pocket. California started to bore me, and I heard about a place called Deadwood, South Dakota, where gold and silver were booming. And so were the saloons. In 1866, I took a wagon train to Deadwood along with my famous gunslinger, or outlaw, William Bill Hickok, and a lady who thought she was a man, Calamity Jane. We became good friends, and I think Bill and I could have developed a serious relationship if he had lived longer. He was shot in the back while playing poker. I opened the Mint Gambling Saloon and married for the fourth time a handsome German prospector who was filling my pockets with gold. Well, when the gold ran out, we started arguing nightly, and he had to go. I hit him over the head with a bottle and threw him in the streets. I really loved Deadwood. In 1877, a man named Samuel R. Curley walked into my saloon. I had known him in California, and our relationship ignited again. We were married June 1st, 1877, and he became my fifth and last husband. Sam was an extremely jealous man, and after an argument, he left me for Colorado. Then I heard he was in Cheyenne. I was really getting angry. I loved Curly, but I also enjoyed the company of men. Everyone said I was grouchy and irritable until Sam Bass showed up, a marshal I knew in California. Well, I guess it wasn't long before Curly heard about me and Sam. And the last thing I remember was December 7th, 1877, when Curly walked into my saloon. He fired his six-shooter my way, and I heard he turned the gun on himself. Golly, I wasn't even 30 years old. There was a journalist after my death who wrote that she had 5 husbands, 7 revolvers, and a dozen Bowie knives, and was always armed to the teeth, no matter where she went. To get the record straight, I had 9 revolvers. Hi, I'm Gabriella Nichols, and I play Kitty Leroy with Interactive Entertainment. You can follow along with more of Kitty's story with Interactive Entertainment on Facebook or Instagram, or on one of our travels. Thanks for listening to Kitty's story, Queen of the Hoofers.